Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you are praying in tongues and then you feel like scratching your forehead? Well, this is something that I have experienced myself before. And when I was experiencing it, actually, I didn't know what it was, but it just felt so satisfying to keep scratching my forehead when I'm praying in tongues. So I just continued doing it. And this didn't happen once because it happened several other times, and I just enjoyed the feeling of scratching my forehead when I was praying in tongues. Now, it was after it had happened a number of times that I actually became curious why I kept like having this desire to like scratch my forehead and scrub my forehead when I was praying in tongues. And that is when the Holy Spirit began revealing to me what actually was going on when I was scrubbing my head. Now, if you also have been experiencing the same thing when you pray in tongues, this is actually what goes on. Now, before I actually explain to you what goes on, let me give you some background information which you really need to know to understand. In the spiritual realm, we have names. And the names that are given to us, they are given to us based on our character. So each person has his own unique name. And you see that name describes your character. But because our character is never constant, people keep changing and we keep making decisions that alter they alter our character. So our names keep changing. Now, an important thing you need to understand is that we don't have just one name in the spirit. We usually have many names in the spirit, but it is only the main character that we have, or the most prominent character that we have, that will actually have the most prominent name. And now what happens is that that name is usually written on your forehead. Now, when you understand that, I believe you now have a clue why you would be scrubbing your forehead when you're praying in tongues. Well, because when you begin praying in tongues, the Holy Spirit works in your life and He begins transforming things within your life. And when that transformation begins, of course, a lot of things are changing. And so those changes get to a point whereby the name that you have does not fit you anymore. Basically, the name that you have in the spirit does not describe who you are because the Holy Spirit has transformed you. And at that point, that name has to be rubbed off so that a new name can be written in that place. And because in the spiritual realms, our names are written on our foreheads, what happens is that when that fire of the Holy Spirit begins burning that name, because you see, like the name is deleted by the fire of the Holy Spirit. It's that fire of the Spirit that burns the old name out so that a new name may be written there. So that burning sensation that you feel and that desire to itch yourself or your forehead, it is actually what that fire of the Holy Spirit burning out that old name so that a new name can be written. So that is the interesting mystery that the Holy Spirit revealed to me when I was praying in tongues, and I felt it's important for me to share with you. God bless you.